Hey guys, the Lord here, back in another review, and today we're having a look at the Transformers Studio Series Voyager class Starscream. Let's get into it. Alrighty guys, now as I said before, today we're having a look at Starscream. He is the second and only other Voyager from the Studio Series I currently own. And he's actually getting repainted with all the Cybertronian tats on him. So that'll be a nice touch. Kind of looking forward to that, even though it's basically just this figure. Now this figure, I actually must say, is very, very, very nice. Probably my favorite so far. Him and Grimlock and Blackout I really do like. I like the Prime too. I like them all really, but this one I seem to be having the most fun with so far. But that's because he's a familiar figure. Flipping him over, looking at his underside. Does that look familiar to you? This is essentially the deluxe class Starscream from Dark of the Moon that I actually did review way back in like 2012 maybe. That was way back. I was obsessed with gargoyles and still in high school. Those were the days, weren't they? Now it's all about Balto and I am Torgo. But he does come with this little gizmo here. And the other one, the new one that's going to be coming out with the tattoos, has a chainsaw weapon. So all you guys saying that this one should have come with a chainsaw, well, now you can get said chainsaw and give it to this guy if you wanted to. Or buzzsaw weapon. Whatever the heck it's called. All I know is that this is a missile pod thing with knives in it. It looks friggin' cool as hell. It's got a little peg there. It actually attaches with these two little slots on the back. It pegs right in. But you can peg this onto his arm, or, you know, peg it into his arm. We'll have a closer look at that when I get him in robot mode. But looking at the jet itself, it's got the Decepticon logos. It's got the cockpit. The nose cone is soft rubber, but they've been doing that for years. It's got a landing gear. You can fold them up, and it'll still sit nice and flush, like so. These will fold down, although I don't think they're supposed to, other than for transformation. And then you can open up his ding dong if you wanted to and drop some bombs. That would have been interesting to give us a little rocket to put in there, even though that technically is his crotch. This piece is a little loose on mine. That's about my only gripe with the figure. If that wasn't loose or had some more give to it, because all I'm getting is that very soft ratchet there. Maybe it's not like that on all of them. Maybe it is, but I'm just saying on this one, it's a little soft in that area. Maybe the one with the tattoos will be different. Maybe I just got one that's just a little soft in that particular spot. But there he is, and then we'll bring in Optimus. I don't know if this is in scale or not. I want to say it is, because looking at the cockpit and then looking at Prime, but I still think Prime should be a little bigger. His windows should be about in scale with this cockpit. I don't think they are. And then obviously he ain't going to be in scale with the Deluxes. Let's see him next to Ratchet. You see, I think that's in scale. I want to say it is. Maybe it isn't. There he is next to Bumblebee. That obviously isn't. And then last but not least, because they were in the same movie, there he is next to Crowbar. So, you got that going for you. But with that being said, well, actually, there is one more comparison. We do have to adjust the camera here. You know what this is. I've been holding off doing a size comparison with this guy until his own review. Actually, we're going to keep it that way because I got to adjust the camera anyways. So that being said, blue balls! And let's get this guy into his robot mode. Take a closer look at that. Alrighty guys, so here we have Starscream in his robot mode, and I have to say, this is probably the most glorious figure in this entire line. To be honest, I'm surprised I like it as much as I do, because I do have the original Transformers the movie Starscream, and that one is awesome because he has gun hands! Yeah, I like the gun hands. Deal with it. But this dude is just perfect, man. He's so clean. Look at the kibble. There is none. It's amazing. But this, you may recognize this figure. Not because they're going to reissue it with the tattoos and stuff. But that's because it is the deluxe class figure that they made for Dark of the Moon. No, that's just my camera. I thought there was something on the backdrop. This is the deluxe class, upscaled for this line. It was originally in Dark of the Moon. I reviewed that figure, like I said, I believe. I'm trying to recall what I filmed last week because I'm filming this second half a little late. Later than I wanted to, anyways. Dealing with some shite. But it's very, very reminiscent of that. The only thing I'd say they should have maybe fixed is these things. I hate these. They pop out and annoy me. But other than that, he looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Articulation, he's got a swivel in the head. He does have a hinge, I think, that moves it back a little bit. Kind of moves his crotch with him, but he can look up if you mess with it. So that's kind of nice. You can kind of fly around, shoot people in the face, all that nasty stuff Starscream does. Then you can put this piece back up. I never really got this piece. I feel like this should add like another hinge in it or something. Or fold it back all the way. But all it does is fold up against its head. And I guess that's the only kibble on the figure, is that. You could just leave it back there and it kind of ruins it, so I just lean it up against the head. His shoulders are kind of weird. He's got those weird gorilla arms Starscream has. Hinge up and down, rotate. He's got a hinge and swivel here at the bicep. This is a hinge and swivel down here. At least I thought it was. Oh, maybe it isn't. Oh, no, it's not. It's just a standard hinge there. And then his wrists rotate. That's what it was. His wrists are on ball joints. They can move all around, do what you want. His hips will move out. I'm going to do a right angle. How about that? He's got a swivel. Hinge at the upper knee. That's kind of loose, but he can stand. He doesn't exactly... I don't think he has a thigh cut at all. Kind of has this moving back dealy, which I guess that's okay. And then he's got a hinge there at the secondary little joint. And his feet hinge. Toes. His chicken legs. Now he does come with one accessory. Because of this. Bladed death gun of death. It's got some missiles on it. Me personally, I like to peg it on this side. So I think that's the side he mostly used it on. All you gotta do is fold up the arm, fold up the hand. It's on like a double joint there. And then two pegs. Revealed 2 peg holes. And you just peg them in. And bam! It's got a pretty sick Gatling blade hand of death. It's awesome. So with that being said, time for some size comparisons with a few of the characters from the first movie. At least I think that's all I used in the vehicle mode comparison. You gotta remember, it's been a couple of days since I filmed that other part. I'm not gonna sit through my own videos if you guys don't. I'm making myself a laugh. Here he is next to Optimus Prime, the first figure we reviewed for the Voyagers. As you can see, he's quite shorter. Starscream is a massive figure. I'm not sure if he's quite to scale. I think Optimus probably could have been a little bigger, maybe up to Starscream's chin, because he's only up to Starscream's upper chest there. I figured he'd be up to his chin or his nose, at the very least. But that's him. And then the other two characters from the first movie that I have currently, there's the Jazz out, and I can't find the son of a monkey. So I'm still looking for that. Anyone want to help me out? That'd be awesome. Here he is next to Ratchet. Good old Ratchet. And obviously he's going to be bigger than him. And then Bumblebee. Bumblebutt. Oh man, he doesn't want to stand up. What happened? What the heck? I don't know. That's weird. Stood up fine in the last video I shot. Well, alrighty then. There he is next to Bumblebee. So, with that being said, you get the gist. He's a pretty massive figure. And outside of a couple things, one last thing. He does have quite the ensemble of peg holes on his back. And you can pick the gun in right there in the middle one there. I'm hoping somebody's going to make some thrusters to put on his back, because the Dark of the Moon one just had those. This one does not. It's very odd. So, with that being said, time to move on. Now, to final thoughts. Alrighty guys, so wrapping up with final thoughts, I really like this figure. Obviously, it's fantastic. It's barely got any kibble going on with it. And it's quite nice. Obviously, I have to give it what it deserves. It deserves a 10 out of 10. I kind of wish it came with a few more accessories. That would have been nice, but what you get a lot of plastic, even though he is $30, whereas the old one was $20, and I think that one's about the same size, so you're definitely getting more for your money here in terms of modern Transformers, but still, that price point is kind of steep. But if you don't pick this guy up now, you'll have another chance to pick up the same figure, basically, just as the Revenge of the Fallen version with the tattoos and stuff, which I will definitely be checking that one out as well. Maybe not doing a full-on review of it, just because, well, kind of just did. But the rest of the line, they showed off some more at Comic-Con. I have to say I'm pretty excited for a few of the characters, particularly the Age of Extinction, the drones. Those look to be very nice. They look new to me as well. So hopefully they don't disappoint. And hopefully you guys will check out this figure if you're into this type of stuff. I think he's really, really nice. So yeah, 10 out of 10. But with that being said, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. So check me out on Instagram at overlord.productions. And until next time, I will catch you guys later.